Hi, this is Mike. I'm reading Robert Alter's translation of Exodus chapter 7. And Yahweh said to Moses, "See, I have set you as a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother will be your prophet. You it is who will speak all that I charge you, and Aaron your brother will speak to Pharaoh, and he will send off the Israelites from his land. And I on my part shall harden Pharaoh's heart, that I may multiply my signs and my portents in the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh will not heed you, and I shall set my hand against Egypt, and I shall bring out my battalions, my people, the Israelites, from the land of Egypt with great retributions, that the Egyptians may know that I am Yahweh, when I stretch out my hand over Egypt and bring out the Israelites from their midst." And Moses and Aaron with him did as Yahweh had charged, thus did they do. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron was 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. And Yahweh said to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "Should Pharaoh speak to you, saying, 'Give you a portent,' you shall say to Aaron, 'Take your staff and fling it down before Pharaoh, let it become a serpent.'" And Moses and Aaron with him came to Pharaoh, and they did as Yahweh had charged. And Aaron flung down his staff before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. And Pharaoh too called for the sages and sorcerers, and they too, the soothsayers of Egypt, did thus with their spells. And each flung down his staff, and they became serpents, and Aaron's staff swallowed their staffs. And Pharaoh's heart toughened, and he did not heed them, just as Yahweh had spoken. And Yahweh said to Moses, "Pharaoh's heart is hard. He refuses to send off the people. Go to Pharaoh in the morning. Look, he will be going out to the Nile, and you shall be poised to meet him on the bank of the Nile. And the staff that turned into a snake you shall take in your hand, and you shall say to him, 'Yahweh, God of the Hebrews, sent me to you, saying, Send off my people, that they may worship me in the wilderness. And look, you have not heeded us yet. Thus said Yahweh, by this shall you know that I am Yahweh. Look, I am about to strike with the staff in my hand on the water that is in the Nile, and it will turn into blood. And the fish that are in the Nile will die, and the Nile will stink, and the Egyptians will not be able to drink water from the Nile." And Yahweh said to Moses, "Say to Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over their rivers and over their Nile channels, and over their ponds and over all the gathering of their waters, that they become blood. And there shall be blood in all the land of Egypt, and in the trees and in the stones." And Moses and Aaron did thus, as Yahweh had charged. And he raised the staff, and struck the water that was in the Nile before the eyes of Pharaoh and the eyes of his servants. And all the water that was in the Nile turned to blood. And the fish that were in the Nile died, and the Nile stunk, and the Egyptians could not drink water from the Nile, and the blood was in all the land of Egypt. And the soothsayers of Egypt did thus with their spells, and Pharaoh's heart toughened, and he did not heed them, just as Yahweh had spoken. And Pharaoh turned and came into his house, and this too he did not take to heart. And all of Egypt dug round the Nile for water to drink, for they could not drink the water of the Nile. And 7 full days passed after Yahweh struck the Nile, and Yahweh said to Moses, "Come to Pharaoh, and you shall say to him, Thus said Yahweh, Send off my people that they may worship me. And if you refuse to send them off, look, I am about to scourge all your region with frogs. And the Nile will swarm with frogs, and they will come up and come into your house, and into your bedchamber, and onto your couch, and into your servant's house, and upon your people, and into your ovens, and into your kneading pans. And upon you, and upon your people, and upon all your slaves, the frogs will come up.